The rules we follow in math can have rules within it that we don't always think about. For example, let's look at 3 squared times 4 squared. Using the power of a product rule, a times b to the power of r equals to a to the power of r times b to the power of r. A would be 3, b would be 4, and r would be 2. So 3 squared times 4 squared is equal to 3 times 4 squared. 3 times 4 is equal to 12, and now we have 12 squared, or 144. This looks pretty straightforward, but we need to remember that this rule won't work when a and b are negative numbers, and r is a fraction. Otherwise, we would be able to make 1 equal to negative 1. It sounds crazy, but it's possible if we don't keep this restriction in mind. Here's what happens. 1 is equal to the square root of 1. The square root of 1 is equal to the square root of negative 1 times negative 1. And if we try to apply this rule, a and b are both negative 1, and r is 1 over 2. Negative 1 times negative 1 to the power of 1 half is equal to negative 1 to the power of 1 half times negative 1 to the power of 1 half. When we solve for negative 1 to the power of 1 half times negative 1 to the power of 1 half, we get negative 1. This gives us negative 1 as a result, even though we know that 1 can't equal to negative 1. Now that we know why we can't treat negative square roots just like positive square roots, what's the right way to use them in math? How should we express something like the square root of negative 15? When we talk about the square root of negative numbers, we use I, which is also called the imaginary unit. I is defined as the principal square root of negative 1. The proper way to express square root of negative x for any positive number x is to use the square root of x times I. For example, square root of negative 15 should be written as square root of 15 times I. This is the correct way to define the square root of negative 15, but it's not equal to square root negative 15 times square root of negative 1 because of the restrictions of the power of a product rule. A and b cannot be negative, and r cannot be a fraction. This is why the true definition of the square root of negative 15 is the square root of 15 times I.